Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing really well. I'm Kim and welcome to my channel. This week I'm going to be covering quite a lot because last week's video was quite small. I was basically waiting for quite a lot of stuff to come through that I had purchased in readiness of a few of the sewing projects that I had planned. So there's quite a lot to cover in this week's vlog, so I am going to crack on, and first of all I'm going to show you my second attempt at the Sewing Revival Fantail Sweatshirt. So a couple of videos back I made my first attempt at this sweatshirt in this fabric here, so it was this grey with hot pink accents in it, and it's quite a thin jersey stretch, but it wasn't an expensive fabric, it wasn't a precious piece of fabric, so for me it was ideal to make this sweatshirt in a first go at it basically. So I made it up in a size 18, so I followed the recommended sizing suggestions on the pattern. So I made it up in a size 14 because I do have a size 43-inch bust, so I'm usually governed by my bust size. So I made it in an 18 and I made it as the pattern instructed. Now if you have seen my previous video, and I'll put a card up so that you can go and have a look at that video if you want, there are a few things that I would like to change personally to fit my own personal style. So to start with, I found that there was a lot of excess fabric around this shoulder area, because I do have narrower shoulders to the rest of me, and I do find that I get a lot of excess fabric in this sort of higher bust area. So I knew that I wanted to make changes to that. The sleeves were quite open-ended and the cuffs weren't snug to the skin, so I wanted to change that. And also the design effect on the front, where you had the elasticated front, for me personally that was too narrow and too far down. So I sat down and I retraced, or I amended my pattern. So you have seen me trace the Fantail pattern out in my last, I think my second last video. So I went through how I traced my patterns, and I did use the Fantail Sweatshirt and showed you how I traced my patterns. And if you want me to show you how I retraced that pattern and adjusted it to make this version of the sweatshirt, let me know and I'll do a video on it. But I'm going to stand up and show you the changes that I have made. So first of all, no change to the neckline. So I've kept the neckline exactly as it is, except for I have cut a size 14 neckline rather than 18. The sleeves I've cut a 14, so these have been cut quite significantly 14, and they fit, for me they fit better in this bust area, and they fit quite nice into the sleeve and underarm. The sleeves are, I've trimmed the sleeves right down, and I bought some ribbon and I put a longer cuff on them because I quite like that, and I've really pulled that cuff in so it sits snug against the skin. So, and that's my preferred effect. I prefer my cuffs to be against my skin, so that's my choice. And the other significant change I made to the front is this band here. So on the original it's half this size, so on the original the elastic in here is 1.5 inches, but I have extended mine to 3 inches, so I've done twice as much. So this band here is twice as big, and it still goes, I'm gonna stand on tippy toes, it still goes down at the back, but the band is just wider. And I liked the fact that this band here sits just below my waistline. So my waistline is actually here at the top of this elasticated casing, and it just sits below that, and I just felt it was quite a nice, it just sits nice and it feels nice against the trousers that I wear, because I've got these trousers which have pockets, so it all fits quite nicely. Okay, so though I cut down to a size 14 on the top, I still left my hips 18, so I graded down, back down into the hips at 18. So I haven't really changed the size of my hips, just the top half of it. Okay, so that is my Sewing Revival Fantail sweatshirt. I like this version. I have worn this sweatshirt a lot this week. This has already been in the wash and dried, and I've got it on again, and it's just so nice. It is, yeah. So this sweatshirt has been made from fabric from myfabrics.co.uk, who are based in Germany, and I bought this fabric back in December last year. The composition of this sweatshirt fabric is 90% cotton, 5% polyester and 5% spandex. It has a really nice recovery on it. It's a quite thick sweatshirt, and it's fleece backed, and it's lovely and warm, and it has made up this sweatshirt really nice. I think this sweatshirt fabric, compared to the stretched jersey knit that I wore, that I made my first one out of, is a better choice of fabric for this sweatshirt. I managed to get this cut out of a 2 meter size piece of fabric. The pattern actually said 2.2, but did manage to do it out of 2 meters. So I am really pleased with it. Yeah, and I've put down here, happy with my second attempt, and I'd make it again as it is now. So I'm really pleased with this. So I can see myself making more of these probably later in the year. So also this week I finished a pair of socks. So you know I like to either hand sew or knit in the evening, and I have finished a pair of socks. Now I showed you a few weeks back some yarn that I bought from Wool Warehouse, and this is it. This is called Gloria, from a company called Ultimate Socks, and they're just speckly, really nice, and they've already been in the wash, and I've worn them a few times, and I really thought I would stop knitting socks because I was hoping that the weather would get nicer, but it hasn't. So I will continue to knit socks until the weather starts to get warmer, because that's usually my autumn winter projects that I do, and I usually stop knitting and start doing more hand sewing, and I'm going to talk about more hand sewing in a moment. So that's my second finished make of the week. Right, just a very quick update on my Raindrops Are Falling on My Head quilt. So I had decided that I was still going to carry on making up the rosettes in scrap fabric, which I have done. So I also said that I was going to purchase some more fabric just to do the contrasting around the rosettes and all of the rest of the quilt. And what I did buy is I bought this green fabric to go around my rosettes, and I wanted it a darker green because I wanted to make the rosettes pop more. And I did finish another 2 rosettes this week, and I have already put the contrasting green around them. So I just did this little one and this little one. So so I'm steadily sort of working through my rosette projects, and now I've got the contrast fabric, I'm going to start putting the diamonds around each of those rosettes and finish them off a bit more. So they're starting to sort of build up. So still got a long way to go on those, but I will keep you updated. The next purchase I made was I had mentioned that I was going to start working on my Dreamcatcher quilt, and I have plans to go through that process in a separate video, but I'm still in the process of buying fabric for it. So this is what I did this week. So I bought some additional fabric as recommended in the book. So in the book they actually give you a whole list of recommended fabric. So I have been working my way through the list, and I have the majority of these. So quite a lot of this fabric came out of my stash already, and I have literally just gone online and bought some of the other pieces, so that I have got the majority of them, so that when I start this kit I know that I've got what I need to do the majority of it. So because I'm always really worried with Tula Pink fabrics, and the fabrics for this quilt are Tula Pink, that she does stop printing some of her designs, and I go into panic mode when I think if I can't get hold of it halfway through completing some of it, that I'm going to be stumped. So I have purchased as much as I can, and I know what I've got now. I can get going on it. So I bought some little fat quarters of recommended fabric. So that's the butterfly one that's been suggested, and I'm sorry but I don't know the names of all of these, but I think this is called passion fruit or something. There, passion fruit one, and the bright orange leopard, right way around, leopard print. Some more smaller butterflies, and it's beautiful flamingo fabric. Now I bought more of this than recommended because I thought this would actually make up some nice bags. So I bought a little bit of extra of that because it's just so nice. I mean, it makes up such nice makeup bags. And I have been thinking, you know, about the Cavalcade bag that I have got planned as well. So more about that in a moment. So that is some more of my Dreamcatcher fabric, and I'm hoping to start on that quilt very soon. So watch this space. The other pieces of fabric I bought were for what I had planned for the Cavalcade bag. So Sweetness, their Cavalcade bag, I had watched a tutorial about a week ago, and I thought, yeah, I'm quite happy to have a go at it now. So I've been looking at fabrics that I could use to make it, and I have been thinking that I would like to make a few of these because I've been thinking of maybe making one for my daughter Rachel, and also for my son's girlfriend Danny, for when they go away. They've got a nice bag to put all their bits and bobs in, and they are both into Harry Potter. So I did find on the site that I buy most of my quilting fabrics from, Lovely Jubbly, I did find some of this. So this is Harry Potter fabric, and I thought this is quite a plain fabric, but I thought I could really make it pop a bit more with some maybe bright yellow handles, because my daughter likes yellow. So I thought, you know, if I decide to do hers in this, I could accent it with yellow and maybe do the bottom section in yellow. But I'm still really thinking about how I'm going to sort of do the colours. I'm still trying to decide on that. And there is also this one that I bought, which is a bit more obviously Harry Potter, but there's yellow already in this, so I really don't know which one to do with yellow accent or not. So I'm still in the sort of planning process of how to make those bags up, and I think once I've made a decision, I will then buy the zips that I need and the webbing, etc. So I've got it matched to how I want them to look. And when I was on the site, they also had this scrap piece of Harry Potter fabric, and I bought that because it was quite reasonable, and I thought this would be quite nice to maybe do the lining inside the bottom bit of the bag. So I've got a few bits to get going. So I'm building up my little stash of stuff that I need to make the Cavalcade bag. So I am quite excited about getting that going, though it does scare me a little bit because I mean, other than makeup bags, I haven't made anything this big or structured before. So I am starting to get over my nervousness about it, and the excitement is now starting to kick in because I've got these fabrics. So I'm going to hopefully you'll see the progress of that very soon. Other purchases, right? Well, for this Fantail sweatshirt, I went on to Dalston Mill, which is one of my regular fabric suppliers, and I bought some pink ribbon, and I bought this for, I think this was £8, and there's quite a lot of ribbon here, and I do like pink, so I thought I'll just buy, I think I bought just ½ meter because I just did the ribbon on the sleeves here. So I've got that, and that will go in my stash. And whilst I was on the site, I also found this fabric here. It might not be to everybody's choice, but I quite like this camouflage fabric, and I bought this because I want to make some more I think they're called Seaforth pants, trousers, and I have made them before. I've made a few of these trousers and I just really like them. I played around with the fit for a while. They're quite loose trousers, they're nice to wear in the summer, and I've made 2 pairs in like a linen fabric, and this is cotton poplin, and I thought, you know, this would be quite nice. I quite like this. I don't particularly like it near my face, but I would definitely make a pair of trousers out of this and wear it with possibly a white t-shirt or a black t-shirt with a grey shirt or a grey jumper, grey jacket or a grey jumper. So yeah, so I quite like that. God knows I want to go make those, but you know, you never know. Watch this space. I like to visit the Stitch Festival, and my stitch buddy was unable to come with me this time because she has hurt her knee, so she just felt it would be too much for her. So I encouraged my daughter to come with me, and Rachel, she's into cross stitch and she does a lot of cross stitch, and she's really good at it. I mean, she's young, her eyes are really good, so she can see what she's doing. I used to do cross stitch when I was younger, but as my eyesight has got worse as I've got older, I find it a bit of a struggle, so I have left cross stitch. Though when we were at the Stitch Festival, we were blown away by the beautiful cross stitch that was on display. I mean, it was breathtakingly beautiful. Some very talented people out there, and Rachel was very impressed, and she did say to me afterwards that she enjoyed the festival more than she thought she would, so that was quite encouraging. So I might get her to come with me again, you never know. We looked around, we had a really nice day, but I was determined not to buy any fabric, so I do apologise for not showing you any fabric, because I have bought quite a bit of quilting fabric for various projects, and it's all been purchased and it's either arrived or it's on its way, and I didn't really want to buy any more, so I just really went for the day to get out and just to soak in the atmosphere at the Stitch Festival and just be around like-minded people. So it was a really nice day. Though saying that I did buy a few little bits, nothing exciting. I just bought some jersey needles because I'd run out of those. I bought some jersey needles because I have been knitting quite a lot of stretch fabric recently, and I hadn't been doing a lot of work on jersey before this year, so it's been quite nice to make some sweatshirts, some more sort of stretchy clothes. So I've been enjoying working with stretch fabrics. We also visited a stall that sells woven fabric, woven labels, and this is a Sarah Hart's label, and this one here, made by me, is double-sided, so it says the same on both sides. That's really nice. So I bought 2 packets of those, and I also bought this one. I thought this was really nice as well. So I'm quite excited about putting those in some garments, but the last few garments I've made I keep forgetting, so I will try to remember next time. So we bought those, and I also visited a stall run by a lady called Imogen Melissa, and she sells freshwater pearls. So I bought some freshwater pearls because, crazy, I know, I've decided that I want to make a brooch, and I have a brooch in mind, and I had bought a few bits for it in the past, and I was experimenting through the week, and I thought, you know, I wouldn't mind having a go. It's a bit of hand sewing, which is great because I can do that in the evening, and this is something where you don't have to follow a pattern, you just do your own thing, and I quite like that because I can sit there quite comfortably in the evening and just do a bit of hand sewing. Though some of the beads I've got are really tiny, so they might be all over the place. My husband will love it if I spill those on the floor. So I will work on some of it and I will show you the progress, because I have been playing with it, and I have been quite enjoying the process and making it up. So once I decide on a proper design and which direction I want to go in, I'll show you that hopefully in the next couple of videos. So that is almost all of my purchases. I also bought, and I don't know why I bought this, I didn't buy this at the Stitch Festival. I bought this when I bought the green fabric for my Raindrops Are Falling on My Head quilt, and I just saw this, and this is it's called Insole Bright, and you make things like oven gloves and pot holders, and you know, the little things that you put your casserole dishes or hot things onto to stop it from burning your work surfaces. And I just bought some of this on a whim because I thought, you know, I wouldn't mind having a go at making something like that, because also I could use some of my scraps up. That's my excuse. So I thought I could use some of this and maybe make some oven gloves and silly little things like that. Things, because I like to play around with stuff like that. So you never know, you might see something like this coming up, maybe nearer Christmas. So that will go into my stash. So those are all of my purchases for this week. Sewing plans for next week. Right, okay. Well, I always seem to revert to making lots of tops and never enough bottoms. So I think when I bought the camouflage fabric, for some trousers. I did think, you know, maybe I need to start concentrating on building up my wardrobe and just balancing it out with some more trousers. So I hopefully will have a go at making some more C4 pants, because I bought some zips. I'm still waiting for them to come through. I bought some zips, and I would like to maybe get a few of those under my belt before the summer kicks in, because it is still very cold, wet and rainy here. So hopefully within the next couple of weeks, even though we are going to April, which is April showers for, you know, the UK, so we've still got a few weeks of this. You know, the sun is out today and it's really trying very hard to be nice, but it is still very cold out there, so hence why I like wearing my cozy sweatshirt. So, but I think I want to start planning and making some trousers. That's it for this week. I hope you've enjoyed the content. And if you haven't subscribed, it'd be really lovely if you could join the rest of my subscribers and support me in my little sewing channel. So take care of yourselves, have a lovely week, and I will see you all very soon. Take care.